Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Fenix and Rav3n. This game taking place here on a Rusty Creek 1.2. Fenix Gaming spawning as the Blue Night Elf here at what I'll call the 8 o'clock position. Gonna go ahead and speed things up to 4 times speed. It is gonna be a Night Elf versus Undead matchup as Rav3n has spawned as the Yellow Undead. Alright. Altar of Darkness, Death Knight coming into play. Meanwhile, it is going to be a Demon Hunter coming in from Fenix. It has become much more of a Demon Hunter's playground as of late. Oh, it's still at 2 times speed. Demon Hunter's playground against Undead, as that level 2 mana burn does, really protect the remaining units. It feels like if you go Keeper of the Grove, you really need to go for Dryads to try and protect yourself, Dryads and or Fairy Dragons to protect yourself from the hero nuking powers of the Undead army by having a level 3 and eventually level 5 Demon Hunter. That mana burn is so incredibly effective that it forces undead players to, buy more potions of mana as well. And in that in itself becomes a problem. All right, the Demon Hunter now going to clear up the remainder of this Sea Turtle creep camp. Meanwhile, Death Knight doing a similar thing as well. Does have a Sacrificial Skull, does have a Gauntlet of Ogre Strength +3. Is he going to try and set up an expansion somewhere? That is the next question. Wisp still wandering around here. Kobold, Taskmaster, there's a Death Coil. That Death Coil just means that Wisp is going to try and do some more shenanigans here later. Going to hide all the way in the far side. Going to end up getting detonated. No detonation. Just hides in the back and allows the Death Knight to give it a nice little love tap. Death Coil off on a Ghoul to try and, heal up once more. Demon Hunter off on the north now, looking to see where exactly the Death Knight is. Good play by Rav3n, knowing that Fenix is nearby, looking to creepjack him, so he opted to go in a different direction. Giant Sea Turtle taken down. It is going to be a Ring of Superiority +1 to every single stat. It's like a Circlet of Nobility, but half of 1, as that item will eventually most likely be sold. It's kind of like a Slippers of Agility, Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, or Mantle of Intelligence in terms of stat numbers. Wildkin and Forest Troll Berserker quickly taken down first, as it does have that medium armor, taking bonus damage from the ghouls and those skeletal minions. Meanwhile, Death Knight looking to clear up the remainder of this creep camp here, as the Demon Hunter, low on hit points, going to retreat all the way back, most likely dropping that Circlet of Nobility and Gauntlets of Ogre Strength Oh, he doesn't. All right, not dropping the Circlet of Nobility and Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 first. And, having to drink a little bit more moon juice to get up to full stat. Perhaps he believes that, it's still early enough during nightfall that all of these moon wells are going to be topped out anyways. Mana burn onto a Centaur Sorcerer there. It's a level 5, level 2. And one of the things I like about this Rusty Creek creep camps, or the new creep camps in general, is that they don't always follow the same rules. In games in the past, you always had 3 creeps at every single creep camp. But these creep camps here only have 2 creeps, but one of them is a level 5 creep, so it still feels worth it to try and clear out that creep camp, since you're getting up a level 5 creep, as opposed to trying to take down multiple level 2s and level 3s and level 1s. All right, Centaur Outrunner going to get taken down there. Level 3 already on that Death Knight. Meanwhile, Naga, Sea Witch, Archers, and Demon Hunter going to go ahead and try and engage. I believe there were some Death Coils there. Mana burn on that straight up real Death Knight, as the illusion is a level lower, making it very obvious who is real and who is fake. One Ghoul going to get taken down. One Archer could end up getting taken down, exchanging of 2 supply units, as the expansion off to the north, is going to get pelted with arrows and perhaps shut down before it gets started. Ziggurat already upgrading to a Nerubian Tower, as the Death Knight trying to chase after some of those other units here, but that Death Knight with Unholy Aura doesn't grant Unholy Aura, as it is just an illusion. All right. Nerubian Tower and a Spirit Tower both getting summoned in here. Archer trying to retreat back once more. Skeletal Minion actually getting in his way as the Death Knight does have Unholy Aura but hasn't been able to really catch up to this Archer here. Is there Dust of Appearance? No, there is not. The Archer able to Shadow Meld for the save. All right, Death Knight still wandering around in the back again. We are looking at a Nerubian Tower now done, Spirit Tower now done, and this expansion, you better believe, will get started and perhaps really not get pressured. We are at Halls of the Dead already, and we are not getting up a Lich as of yet, since an expansion was in play, or it was set up but hasn't really paid for itself yet. As well, no, not in play. Sorry, Haunted the Old Mind now coming down. Ancient of War in that frontline position, and the pacing of Fenix attack has to be noted here. He was chasing, putting a lot of pressure on the Death Knight, and it looked like he was just going to try and continue that pressure here. Instead, he tries to go after a relatively difficult creep camp with the Ancient of War tanking. And, well, it made Rav3n not sure what was happening, what was going on, but he still ends up catching his opponent, and was able to creepjack him here. All right, that Ancient of War taking quite a bit of damage. Those Quill Boar Hunters dealing quite a bit of damage. They're fighting things back around, trying to take down these illusions. The illusions are getting a 2-unit surround on that Naga Sea Witch, as that is finally perhaps going to get taken down here. Demon Hunter is going to try and transfer not going to transfer the Scroll of Town Portal. Naga Sea Witch just falls at level 1. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3 here, going after the remainder of this creep camp. This Ancient of War gonna get taken down with the help of the Gargoyles and the Death Knight here, as Dryads are now in play. Dryads with that slow poison going to be going after these units once more. You can see that slow poison having a bit of an effect, as the Death Knight now has to reconsider his options. Archer able to heal back up from those Moonwells. Gargoyle down to 68 hit points and, well, dropping slowly. Unholy Aura unable to mitigate the effects of that slow poison. Slow poison has come to an end. Gargoyle going to hide off to the north. Expansion already operational for Rav3n now, as well the corners of the map are completely untraversable, making this map feel much smaller than its total tile set. Naga Sea Witch has picked up an Orb of Venom, interestingly enough. We still don't see a Lich coming in from the Undead, even though he has that second expansion now operational. He's not prioritizing that at all. Demon Hunter continuing to engage here. Perhaps going to get a mana burn. No need for a mana burn, as the Naga Sea Witch gets in some cold arrows onto those Gargoyles. Mass Gargoyles going up against Dryads, Archers, and a Naga Sea Witch. Seems like not the right choice at all, as damage is going to be racking up on that Gargoyle, down to 227 hit points. Slow poison coupled with Orb of Venom really taking its toll as well. All right, cold arrows, slow poison, Orb of Venom damage. That Death Knight knows what's hitting him, and he knows he doesn't like it. Dryads continuing to put their pressure back around. It looks as though another Gargoyle going to be taken down, as the Death Knight still wandering around here. We are teching the tier 3, already halfway there. Altar of Darkness shows no signs of training up a Lich, and solo Death Knight just isn't that strong. I am very curious as to why Rav3n is delaying the Lich for as long as he has, as the Lich comes out. If the Demon Hunter is already sitting at level 4, well, that impact is going to be that much less, as the Demon Hunter will be difficult to take out, and with so much mana burn constantly putting in pressure, well, the Lich may not even be able to get off 2 Frost Novas. All right, closer look in the action here. Oh, nope, not that close. Coming back around. Archer's going to go ahead and finish off some of these units. Once more, Gargoyle is trying to put in that harassment game mana burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight sitting at level 3, as we are looking at the Gargoyles hiding off to the side. Demon Hunter going to finish off the Forest Troll Berserker creep camp, as we're looking at more units continuing to back around. A Death Knight sitting at level 3, nearly at level 4. Going to try and take down some Skeletal Minions. Staff of Preservation for the save. Gargoyle is going to get taken down here. Level 4 now on the Death Knight, but level 3 on the Naga Sea Witch. 2 heroes against 1 right now, as the Demon Hunter does also have has the Orb of Venom to be able to shoo away those Gargoyles. An additional anti-air unit in that Demon Hunter, applying that Orb of Venom. All right. Gargoyles coming back around here. Death Knight Gargoyles and trying to go up against the Dryads. That is not going to work out well. There's a quick Death Coil there. Death Knight with that level 2 Death Coil able to get the save, as we're looking at Dryads continuing to put in pressure. Slow poison across all of these units. Where are they going to perhaps try and run off to? One Gargoyle could get taken down there. Yeah, one Gargoyle does get taken down. Another Gargoyle trying to join up in on the battlefield, as a Tree of Life wants to try and set up an expansion. Still no sign of any second hero. We are, I believe, at Black Citadel, and this may be one of the very few games where I see an undead player at tier 3 with a solo hero. All right, we're gonna see the death of a Gargoyle. No, we are not. Orb of Venom cannot kill a unit. Gargoyle, the Spear of a Dryad can, so still finally finds its target. Demon Hunter nearly halfway to level 4. I'm trying to find all of these Gargoyles, which looks like they are free experience on wings for this Demon Hunter and Naga Sea Witch. Another expansion also taking place off to the north here. A little bit of a moon style, expanding in multiple locations, making it difficult for Rav3n to, well, figure out if he's really stopped his opponent's expansion attempt. Demon Hunter going after a giant sea turtle here. Not going to really benefit all that much. Cloak of Shadow is going to be picked up by the Naga Sea Witch. Even if it is not the best item, it is an item worth some gold that could be easily sold. All right, Tree of Life expansion nearly done entangling that gold mine. Mass Gargoyle strategy from the Death Knight, and this might just be it. Mass Gargoyles now going into Mass Slaughterhouse. All right, so Gargoyles and meat wagons, perhaps, trying to get the siege damage down onto those Dryads, rain it down, also opening things up with perhaps a lot of Disease Cloud, making those Dryads, well, just constantly lose a lot of hit points. As Dryads, 435 hit points, the Disease Cloud on them just slowly ticks away at their hit points. So, well, Undead is able to recharge faster than his opponent. All right, Dual Slaughterhouse has been scouted out. All right, there's a Desperation Death Coil on that Demon Hunter. Really not going to amount to very much other than not getting mana burn, as the Gargoyle is going to try and engage here. All right, Demon Hunter does have Orb of Venom. The Slaughterhouse, it will end up getting finished, but was already down to 700 hit points, as it needs to back up. Thank you. Well, hi, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. And still, well, Rav3n sitting on this one hero tier 3 undead with an expansion, and he has a lot of he's mined a lot of gold, but his army has really been sunk into mass gargoyles and ghouls. Scroll of Town Portal coming back the other way. Where are those gargoyles going to perhaps try and travel off to next? And at some point, I would have thought the gargoyles would be trying to harass the entangled this tree line here, but there is Ancient Protectors already in position. All right, Ancient Protector going to go ahead and blast a big giant rock at a gargoyle there. Units are going to attempt to retreat back. Dryads with that slow poison going to go ahead and slowly pick away at another gargoyle again. Demon Hunter is at 4. Naga Sea Witch is at 3. Death Knight is at 4. We are looking now at a transition into Frost Worms as well. All right, so Frostworms, Meat Wagons, Ghouls, and Gargoyles coming in from Rav3n. Rav3n has quite a bit of ground to make up. He does have dual Scrolls of Healing and, well, a level 4 Death Knight with level 2 Unholy Aura. He may be able to get to level 6 fairly fast since he is at tier 3 with a solo hero, but that doesn't seem to be the real strategy that he's trying to go for. All right, Fenix now with the larger army, 69 supply compared to 64. You're going to see these cold arrows, roar, slow poison, finishing off, picking off all of these gargoyles as they attempt to reinforce. Dryads also nearby here as well, attempting to take down some more gargoyles as well. All right, gargoyles just hiding off to the side here. Could have gotten stone form perhaps to try and regenerate some hit points. That is not the case. Once more, a Demon Hunter now using Staff of Teleportation, getting inbound, but that's only a Demon Hunter here. A Frostworm and a Gargoyle should be able to, well, detract enough against that overall. Gargoyle is now making a run off to the north here, perhaps trying to find buildings to attack that are currently weak at the moment, as the Dryads, well, need to prance away again. All right. All right, coming back again. Wild can gonna get cleared up. Druids of the Claw do have mastery training, rejuvenation on these Dryads to try and keep them alive, as the Gargoyles are attempting to take down one of the Tree of Lives here. That Tree of Life down to 1,000 hit points, but Dryads are once more in position. That fast movement speed allows them to close in on that distance, even if they are trying to chase after those Gargoyles with that faster movement speed in the air, not having to worry about any, well, land obstacles. All right, this is the type of army that I was expecting coming in from the undead. It is actually abominations with the disease cloud, and not the meat wagons, as the disease cloud does have a bit of an effect across all of these units here. All right, we're looking at Dryads taking a little bit of poison and damage all across this game. Gargoyle is trying to dive on into position. You can see level 5 now on the Death Knight. Level 5 Death Knight trying to, well, move into position here, perhaps take down some of those units. Has not opted to train his level 5 ability yet, as we're looking at the Gargoyles getting finished off. There goes one Gargoyle already pretty quickly. More units getting taken down, as well as the Demon Hunter. Staff of Teleportation's back home. Are we going to be looking at a mana burn onto that Demon Hunter? I do believe so. There's a Scroll of Healing to try and keep things alive. Abomination could have just easily taken down that Dryad there. Gargoyles could have taken down that Dryad in a quick round burst, as the Death Knight used a Death Coil, or used a level 2 Death Coil instead of a level 3 to try and save that Abomination, but it doesn't seem like it's going to work. All right, coming back through, Demon Hunter is sitting at level 5. Death Knight is only sitting at 50 mana, hence the reason why he didn't try and Death Coil. He's constantly been mana burn checked by that Demon Hunter. Death Knight actually opts to go for level 3 Unholy Aura, since he is using all of these maneuvering tactics to get back home, hit and run tactics with the Gargoyles. He needs to outrun his opponent, and with the Demon Hunter with level 3 mana burn, there hasn't been many opportunities for the Death Knight to actually use Death Coil for that burst heal now. Orb of Corruption now on that Death Knight. This is still solo Death Knight play. 75 over 80 supply. We are getting in additional Frostworms as well, as the Death Knight now heading back off to the north. All right, Nerubian Towers, Gargoyles, Obsidian Statues, Abominations, all these units are now making their way through. Demon Hunter, Druid of the Claw, Naga Sea Witch making its way back down to the south. And where is, well, the Night Elf army with its 3 bases operational? Needs to start saturating this gold mine. Fenix hasn't done that yet. Just odd that this gold mine stopped exactly at 10,000. Thank you for the follow. All right, coming in, Undead trying to push on through. This is a solo Death Knight army push, now trying to chase after all of these units. Gargoyles able to chase down those Dryads pretty quickly, especially with Orb of Corruption, and then following that Gargoyle damage. This is just, well, really picking off all of these units much more quickly than I would have thought. There goes one. Another one could easily get taken down, as we are looking at, well, I believe a Death Coil for the save there. All right, the focus fire of the undead units much better, as we are now looking at a Naga Sea Witch coming in from the back. All right, Druids of the Claw trying to come in from the back as well. And what is this? That Hippogriff. Well, I don't understand why a Phoenix would even train a Hippogriff when there is that many Gargoyles in the air. The number of Hippogriffs you would need for you to actually counter the Gargoyles, well, it must be astronomical. So yeah, not quite sure what was happening there, especially since this army of Gargoyles is just that large. Full saturation finally in play, getting underway here. We're looking at, well, how much gold does this have? Yeah, so this gold already started off with 12,500 gold, just ended up stopping at a nice round number in 10,000, making it look like no gold was mined from that gold mine for a moment. Demon Hunter, Naga Sea Witch, Bears looking to retreat back. Death Knight with level 3 Unholy Aura continuing to, well, run around here. Are we going to see some detonations? Yes, we are. And there is some big damage against that Demon Hunter. And this is a complete flip of the previous of my previous comments about undead. All you need are heroes and obsidian statues. No, only having a solo hero works. It can work out as well. Demon Hunter now coming back on through. Mana Burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight has not opted for a level 3 ability or a level 6 ability as of yet. Come on, blasting down that bear. If I saw a Staff of Preservation there, well, I wouldn't mention anything. I would just say, well, giving your opponent that much time to make a timely Staff of Preservation is a little bit your fault. Obsidian statues continuing to try and repair or heal up this army here. Frost worms able to deal large amounts of damage and make bears pretty much non-existent, as they don't want to engage being slowed down by those frost worms and taking bonus damage as well. All right, Frost Worm's going to take down this Tree of Life. Now transition back over. Obsidian Statue going to get taken down as well, as the Death Knight now leads the charge here. Death Knight does have some mana, does have some Death Coils, also has multiple Scrolls of Healing. That is one of the big differences there, as the Demon Hunter tries to retreat back. Gargoyles, however, are constantly getting their own problems, as well as the number of Dryads on the ground, feet on the ground, is still rather high. As when the Dryads hold their ground and the undead heroes and the undead army is not nearby, those gargoyles actually very vulnerable to that damage, as the Naga Sea Witch snipes down a target there. Death Knight continuing to push their way through. One big thing to note is the amount of damage that is currently on all of these units here. All right, level 6, level 7 now on that Death Knight, 600 hit point heal on that Death Knight. We do have Death Pact as that third ability over Animate Dead. All right, Abomination looking to retreat back here. Death Knight doesn't have enough mana to get a Death Coil off. You can take a look. A lot of healing going across here. Scroll of Town Portal. Abomination will get taken down. And if the Demon Hunter, does not finish off that low hit point Abomination. Yeah, that Abomination down to 2 hit points after that Orb of Venom. Now healing nicely back on Blight. Destroyers taking to the skies. Death Knight with, well, level 3 Unholy Aura, giving better regeneration to all of the units around as well. That low hit point Abomination, well, just going to be staying on Blight. We can see 4 Abominations and 2 Obsidian Statues staying in the back. We're looking at Rav3n really just focusing on this hit and run tactic again, going after the Razorman Chieftain here in the center portion, perhaps trying to pick up some powerful items. All right, Razorman Chieftain about to fall here. Frost Worms racking up quite a bit of damage against all of these quills here, as we are looking now at, well, level 7 Demon, level 7 Death Knight. What item did he pick up? Boots? Was it Boots of Quel'Thalas? Yes, it was Boots of Quel'Thalas for a little bit more agility. All right, more expansions are in play. A new Tree of Life trying to be built at the 11 o'clock location. A Tree of Life already done, and now entangling that gold mine at that 3 o'clock location. And really, Undead only sitting on 2 bases. Meanwhile, the Abomination regenerating hit points rather nicely while on Blight. As we're looking at a big fight here across the center. All right, Gargoyle is trying to simply walk on by, but ending up taking a little bit of damage again. Gargoyle is trying to retreat. Gargoyle is trying to retreat back from those attacks here, and the Demon Hunter, well, needs to figure out how to really line things up. The Gargoyles are sitting at 3-0 upgrades. A Staff of Preservation for the save. 3-0 upgrades. I don't see any armor upgrades. Nope, I take it back. Advanced Unholy Armor, but that is for the Ghouls Abominations. It is not for those Gargoyles at all. So 3-0 upgrades and 0-3 upgrades for those Abominations on the ground. Gargoyles and Abominations don't share any real upgrades. Like, I was wondering, did the observer zooming out actually affect my zoom? It was a bit taken back there, as this expansion off to the north going to get cleaned up. 25 minutes into this game, Night Elf has mined a bit more gold, has 2 level 5 heroes going up against a solo level 7. An expansion is underway by Rav3n as well, as he's setting up some ziggurats and a necropolis as well to have a beacon to try and scroll of town portal back to. Meanwhile, Naga Sea Witch is at 5. Level 3 Fork Lightning may actually be useful against those gargoyles to try and get some quickly into the yellow or even red zone to focus down with those dryads. 79 supply compared to 75. Solo Death Knight has been, well, carrying his team on his back and well, making them run a little bit faster with that unholy aura. What is that? I believe a 22.5% movement speed increase, as we're looking at the Ancient Protectors now absorbing quite a bit of damage here. All right, coming back around, armies are going to try and engage. Dryads are nearby. Death Coil saving a gargoyle here, and now we are in a massive push. Dryads looking to retreat back once again, as the heroes of the Night Elf army getting caught away from all of the action once more. Death Knight comes in across with another Death Coil onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now, well, retreating back off to the north. There's some Frost Armor. Demon Hunter taking quite a bit of damage. Staff of Preservation is on the Naga Sea Witch. He could end up getting a Staff of Preservation back there. There we are. Staff of Preservation for the save. Tree of Eternity in the main base here. He's going to get healed back up and then joining back up on that fight. 79 supply, over 100 and sitting on 900 gold, both sides with large bank reserves and a decent size armies. Gonna try and engage here as the gargoyles finally get some armor upgrades. That carapace upgrade level 1 now getting also unholy strength to try and give upgrades for those abominations. All right, Naga Sea Witch using that potion of lesser invulnerability. Demon or Abomination could be in some serious trouble there. He is quite a bit slowed. You can see how slow he is moving, not really attacking. And now the gargoyles are still wandering back around again and again. All right, more damage still racking up. Mana burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight out of mana. He's going to use a potion of lesser invulnerability, try and stick around in this battle as long as he can. He has scrolls of healing, 70 supply compared to 73. Level 8 now on the Death Knight. Death Knight, however, no longer invulnerable. Orb of Venom still racking up more damage, down to 300 hit points, and could end up falling. Death Knight taking quite a bit of damage here. Are we going to see a scroll of healing? Yes, we are. Demon Hunter now back in play as well. Could rack up quite a bit of damage. Bears are going to get taken down, and the Death Knight is at level 8. And, well, is at level 8. All right, additional upgrades coming across the board. Death Knight now wandering out here, and this is one of those strange situations where the Death Knight's anime dead may actually be useful. Having that mana for the animate dead, if you do not have any good targets to Death Coil early on, it does make sense to run that animate dead, hopefully finding some dryads, well, and some druids of the claw, even though they are in druid form. There are also abominations down as well, as we can see. Well, the abominations using the cannibalism right there, eating the graveyard corpses to do a bit of healing. All right, undead with multiple ways to try and heal up some of their units as the abominations are ready to move out. Plenty of abominations in that frontline spot. Meanwhile, we're looking at those dryads. You can see their hit points are just going down rather steadily, and this is how the undead army can still deal damage even though they are not engaging right now. That is about 1 damage a second across all of these units here, making the follow-up attack eventually when the gargoyles try to find low hit point dryads exactly what they want. All right, continuing the fight back here. All right, Necropolis gonna get taken down. Acolytes now making their way back over. Gargoyles are in position, and, well, the Dryads do not want to stick around in this fight at all. Acolytes have already transitioned back over. Abominations going to go ahead and take down the Tree of Life, and this is a little bit of a split-prong attack. Fork Lightning taking down a Gargoyle there. Abominations trying to make their way back over. Are we going to see some, well, Dryads getting taken down? There's a Scroll of Healing, but a little bit too late. There's a Roar as well, but the Roar does not affect any of the Dryads here, as they are immune to magic. Abomination trying to push their way through. Fork Lightning Gargoyles are actually getting shredded in the sky here. That level 3 Fork Lightning dealing much more damage than I believe Even Fenix was expecting 67 supply compared to 62, as Dryads and Gargoyles are still falling left and right. Naga Sea Witch needs a little bit more mana. There's another Fork Lightning focusing on many of those Gargoyles. 64 supply compared to 57, as Rav3n now falling behind slowly and surely, as level 6 Demon Hunter with Metamorphosis able to rack up ranged chaos poison damage for, well, true battle damage across all of these units. Abomination could end up getting taken down as well, down to 140 hit points, trying to rack up more damage onto the Death Knight. Death Knight now trying to retreat away as the Dryads are dancing and prancing in front, and that is gonna be the game. Fenix able to outlast Rav3n in this game here, finishing things up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.